I have been struggling with the amount of hate and vicious rage from people that call themselves Christians and go to church. It's stunning me, not in a good way, grieving my heart. And I figured if I am, you are too. So I have some good news. How the Lord comforted me. And I hope this encourages you. So, good morning. This is Aunt Beth. Welcome to my lamppost. I've just come back from birthday week. 6 or 7 of my friends and I, all born within the same week. So I went down to see 3 or 5 of them on the birthday list. And while I was there, was Charlie Kirk's funeral. And I was so impressed by the gospel message that Mark Rubio spoke. A lot of people spoke of their faith, but he did a fabulous job. If you've not heard that clip, I would. The service was very long, but the clip was amazing. I think it's just like 7 or 8 minutes. Anyway, so I was so excited during that I texted some friends and family members and encouraged them to listen to it, on replay or however they do that. Got crickets back, meaning 0 comment. But I was forwarded by other friends and family their Facebook posts. They didn't respond to me directly. And I went off Facebook several years ago after an extremely vicious interchange, which wasn't true. But I thought I don't need this for my stress. But that's another story. So dealing with being aware of just a vicious hate and accusations by someone in your inner circle, so to speak, that they didn't speak to you. How do you deal with that? You're aware of it, but what do you do? And I was so grieved, not for the specific things that they said, but their attitude of heart. It's just not a healthy place for them to be. And I feel like being the oldest in the family, I'm responsible for everything. So, long story short, I'm praying about that. And, for years you pray Ephesians 1, Paul's prayer, that the eyes of your understanding being open, that you would know the hope. But I just realized I can never love them enough that they'll love themselves. Only God can. And what do you do in between, praying and seeing your prayers, that their heart be softened and changed? And then you think about Jesus went through this with the Pharisees. The religious people were his most vicious attackers. They ended up killing him. And I can't get trapped in grief over that. it comes to a part where you have to realize I'm not responsible for them and their actions, only to pray for them. So that particular week, I was meditating through Psalm 31. And sorry to circle the airport and take so long. So, you pray for them, but there's collateral damage in the meantime. How do you deal with the collateral damage? And this really blessed me. It's Psalm 31, and it's verse 18. Let the lying lips be put to silence, which speak insolent things proudly and contemptuously against the righteous. So my job's to pray and ask the Lord to intervene, and his job is to intervene. I just can't do that, I just have to be faithful to who I am and love them, pray for them, but not necessarily dance to their tune. Obviously, there's some respect because they didn't, for me, because they didn't say those comments directly to me. Just makes me sad. We have enough hate and viciousness in the world. We don't need to be attacking one another. We need to stand together as fellow believers. I may not agree with you, but I'll pray for you and just keep moving forward. They're big people now, and I don't need to rescue them. Only the Lord can rescue them, and that's a time trap to get sucked into constantly rescuing people that they don't want to be rescued, and it's a distraction and a time sink on your part, an emotion drain. So these are my reflections. There were a couple verses in Psalm 31 that just really blessed me, and I hope they bless you if you're stuck and stunned and grieved over all of the hate and viciousness being expressed by Christians and grieved by that. It's hard for me to let things go. I feel so responsible. But I hope there's a few verses I'll read out loud to you, and I'll put the entire text of Psalm 31 where you click on the word more. It says, "In you, O Lord, I put my trust. Let me never be ashamed. Deliver me in your righteousness. Be my rock of refuge, a fortress of defense to save me. Lead me and guide me. Pull me out of the net which they have secretly laid for me, for you are my strength. My times are in your hand. Let the lying lips be put to silence, which speak insolent things proudly and contemptuously against the righteous. You heard the voice of my supplications when I cried out to you." And here's the response. "Oh, love the Lord, all you his saints, for the Lord preserves the faithful and fully repays the proud person. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart, all you who hope in the Lord." So we all need to be careful of the words that we speak. The words of hate will not age well. And it's a testimony, I think, to the inner secrets of your heart. What is it? Out of the heart, the mouth speaks. So it makes me sad, but that's not me, and I have to move on. So pray for him. Pray about the collateral damage, and move forward into what God has called me to do. So, my dad once quoted a Taylor Swift song. It just cracked me up because I didn't know he was quoting Taylor Swift. This was like 10 years ago. And I was telling him something that grieved me terribly, and he just popped some chocolate covered raisins in his mouth, and he said, haters gonna hate. Turn around, walk away, and I'm like, what? I didn't know that song. But don't let that be you. Okay. Pray for them. Pray for the collateral damage that they're doing using. I found this psalm to be a real blessing to me. And move on. Okay. Have a fabulous day. All God's best.